Hi to friends, family, clients, and anyone who has happened upon this video. I've put together a few things that you can do to be healthier through 2020 and beyond. My name's Ian Newton. This is Daisy. She helps me in my office. We're going to look at three areas: the inflammatory pathways, our anxiety, and strategies. I want to preface this by saying what I'm about to present in no way is meant to replace anything you're doing for COVID-19. In fact, I'm not making any claim that what you do will be of any benefit for COVID-19 at all, because we don't know. Nobody knows. Pretty much nothing out there has ever been tested against it. What I do know is these three areas we're going to look at are very helpful for human health and human well-being. So Daisy here is going to help me. She's not really a weird looking dog, she just has no eyes. She lost them in an accident, just in case you're fixated there. Okay, first thing, inflammation. Interleukin-6 pathway is the pathway by which the respiratory system is attacked by COVID-19. Now, it's not just as simple as throwing a drug at that pathway to solve it, or somebody would have done it. But we can help ourselves by reducing inflammation. And there's several ways to do this. These things up here, sage and rosemary for a start, common herbs. You may have them in the garden. We walk past the neighbours and they're sticking out of the fence. You can use them in your cooking. You can make an infused oil. Just jam a glass jar full of the herbs, add some olive oil, leave it in the sun for a couple of days and strain it. You have a delicious salad dressing that is anti-inflammatory and going to help in this pathway. You never know, it might just be useful to you. Next is vitamin C and zinc. Very common nutrients that everybody kind of knows about. Zinc's been getting a lot of attention in recent times because of this pathway and its interaction. Vitamin C is almost so commonplace that we forget its usefulness. But once again, make sure you're getting enough of it. People with autoimmune conditions need a little more vitamin C. Now, you don't have to worry about taking too much vitamin C. You'll simply get diarrhea and then you back off. It's called bowel tolerance, so that's how you know. But generally speaking, follow the guidelines on the bottles at the health food shops. Curcumin, andrographis, and echinacea are all useful herbs, all that have activity within this interleukin-6 pathway. Andrographis is a well-researched Ayurvedic herb. Curcumin is the active ingredient in turmeric, and echinacea is well known. It got a little bit of bad press at various times because so many outrageous claims were made that it was going to save us from everything. The reality is, it's a very useful herb from the North American tradition, and it finds its way into this area because of its activity in this pathway. Now, the next thing is we're going to look at HeartMath. So you can pause this and have a look at anything on the board at any time. And I encourage you to research these things I'm talking about. And I'm going to put this pooch down because she's kind of heavy and she gets hot. HeartMath is one of the most researched stress management tools on the planet. It does three very specific things within a specific time frame. Within 5 minutes, you will lower your blood cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone. You will elevate DHEA, which is a hormone that helps with well-being and energy, and it's a precursor to other hormones like testosterone, which everybody needs. What you do, you place your hand on your heart, you focus your attention on your heart, and you feel thoughts of gratitude and appreciation. Perhaps you'd like to do it right now. Think of something you are really grateful for. Lovely little dog. You could be grateful for your shoes. That may sound silly, but if you're truly grateful for those shoes, that they're so wonderful in cold weather and on hot days and on bumpy surfaces, and it made you feel good, that would be enough. But of course, there are plenty of things to feel truly grateful for. You do that for 5 minutes. You condition that response over a couple of weeks, and the internal response will happen very quickly. Now, the third thing that I was alluding to that this helps with is raising immunoglobulin A in the mouth and the sinuses. This is part of your immune response. We want an immune response at this time, right? We want to be protected. We want to reduce inflammation. We want to boost our immune system. Very important. You can search this online. Wim Hof breathing method. You want to do 30 breaths, or rather build up to 30 breaths. A breath looks like this. It's a strong breath. Now, when you first start doing this, you may not get to 30. You may do 10. You may feel dizzy. Do them sitting down. It's perfectly safe. What it does is it slightly alkalizes your blood for a while. It oxygenates your system. But here's what's really interesting. There are separate university studies looking at this breathing technique. One in the area of PTSD and depression, so we're looking at emotional states, and the other in immune modulation, being able to control your immune system. Now, Wim Hof is a bit of an out there, over the top, amazing character, but he can take groups of individuals and get the same results he gets in a very short time. Why wouldn't you want that? The third in our strategies is diet. We can control our diet. We are spending more time at home, potentially. Some people are working more than ever. And of course, if you're in these essential services where you're working more than ever, you need to fuel yourself properly in order to be able to do the work. If you're sitting at home, you don't want to overeat. But in both of those scenarios, we don't need to be eating processed foods, which are heavily weighted towards junk fats and sugar, because we know they will do two things. They will suppress your immune system, and they will elevate your inflammation. And that's simple nutritional biochemical fact. You don't want either of those. Plus, you don't want to end up putting on 7 kilos or 15 pounds across this lock-in period, and that's entirely possible. So you can control this, you can do the heart math, you can breathe, and you can control your diet. After all, if it's not in your cupboard, you can't eat it. Of course, we live in this age now when you can get all sorts of stuff delivered, and most of it really isn't very helpful, apart from an occasional treat. A couple of other strategies that we can implement around anxiety, and one is just relaxing the tongue in the bottom of your mouth. So why would you want to do this? When we're anxious, we tend to get like this. We build tension, we breathe short, sharp breaths, or we hold our breath. We build tension through the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, the chest. When you put your tongue on the bottom of your mouth and breathe out, it all lets go. And you can do this. That's right. So, very simple. To that, we add constant breathing. Constant breathing is a cycle of breathing around, in and out, in and out. You think you do it all the time? No, you don't. When we're concentrating, we stop. When we're anxious, we can stop, or we can breathe quickly, and we can disrupt this whole flow. With the constant flow, this idea comes out of Russian Systema martial arts, is you maintain this state of calmness as you move through your day. So you could go for a walk, and you could be doing this breathing. You could have the tongue in the bottom of your mouth, and you'll feel calm. The other thing you can add to that is expanding your peripheral vision. So you're looking straight ahead at the moment. Maybe just put your hands out, move them out to the sides until they almost disappear, and then notice if you can see them a little bit more. And hold that image out there. Just relax into that space. You're defocusing slowly with the tongue on the bottom of your mouth. Breathing constantly in and out in a relaxed fashion. You are now calming. You are relaxing yourself. You're letting some of that anxiety go. So there's a number of things you can do for yourself to help yourself. Now I'm going to be doing a longer video that focuses specifically on anxiety around COVID-19 issues, not the thing itself, because we can't fix that as yet. I don't know how to fix that. but I do know how to help with anxiety. And there's the anxiety around the virus itself, of being in lockdown or working excessive hours under pressure, of being around too many people or being by yourself. There are so many issues. Having financial strain, so many things we can flatten that anxiety. Will we solve it all? Probably not, but it'll be helpful. Will all of these completely solve your problems? No, probably not, but they will help. And how much they help depends on how much you use them. And of course, if you've got a lovely little dog like Daisy around, you can give her a cuddle and you'll feel better. Or just be with those people you love and spend time with them. And be kind to yourself during this time. Be kind to others. When you go to the shops, maybe just do a bit of that breathing. Just relax. Perhaps before you go in, you might do a little heart math to elevate your immune response in the upper respiratory. Who knows? It could be useful. It could be very useful. So come across to iannewton.com. You'll be able to see the other video. It'll just be on the page available. You don't have to leave your name or email address. I don't want anything. It's just there for you to use. So thank you. I'm Ian Newton. I wish you the best throughout 2020 and beyond, and stay safe, stay healthy.